think it's pronounced Mendini by Celio Trumpet. It's probably about $60 online, brand new. Comes in a very nice small case. It's hard to get trumpet cases that are this small and this light. It's very useful whenever it's this small and this light. It fits just about everywhere. I've used this thing for a little while now, and it's worked great, especially as a starter trumpet. They can really go up in price if you're buying a brand new one or even renting one. They can get pretty expensive if you're renting one. I mean, $50, $60, $70 for a brand new trumpet is a pretty good price. If you take a look at used trumpets, it can be hard to tell if this trumpet's actually going to be decent. Like, here's one for $65, but I can't see that trumpet. It's not new. It's probably been used for a little while, and I don't know how well that'll work. Here's one for $120. This one's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty old. It's not a trumpet, it's more of a bugle. That thing is super cool, though. Here's one for $35. It says it needs work. So you don't know if the trumpet is going to be decent quality. It might be a better quality trumpet, but you might need to do work on it. So it's just kind of hard to buy a used instrument. If you look on Google, it says a trumpet rental cost per month can be up to $20 or $20 to $50 for a new instrument. So if you're renting a used instrument, it would be about $20, and if you're doing a new one, it's about $50. That's a lot. In 2 months, if you're renting a new instrument, that'll be $100. You could buy a pretty decent trumpet for that, or in about 3 months, you could buy the one that I have. So it's spelled Mendini. It's just how it sounds is how it's spelled. It comes in all kinds of different colors. Here's black, there's blue, silver. I prefer the lacquer gold. It's just very traditional. I like the traditional style. There's a two-tone, like rose gold, silver. That's kind of cool. But here's the one, very similar to what I have. It comes with the, it actually comes with a tuner, which is pretty sweet. It comes with a little music book, valve oil, some white gloves, a little cleaning rag. And what I like is this little stand here. You can actually put that in the trumpet and it stands up on its own. And here in the trumpet is this little stand I was talking about. This little screw on the bottom comes out. It's not too tight. And it has these 3 metal legs pop out, then you screw it back in. And then you can set the trumpet onto that. You can see all these valves move just fine. It's been a little while since I've oiled them, but I've never had a problem with them sticking. And if they start sticking, put a little bit of oil on them and it'll help. It did not come with a mouthpiece, actually. We bought this at a local music shop. They're not very expensive. I'm guessing it might have been $10 or less. But it just goes right in here, and you just set it in place. You don't ever hit down on it. It's easier than you think to get this thing stuck into the trumpet. If you ever get it stuck, of course, never take a pair of pliers and try to rip it out. You need to take it to a music shop. A lot of times they'll do it for free, or your music teacher at school. They'll have a little tool that can pull and it pries it apart. If you use pliers, you can break welds on the trumpet. It's something you definitely don't want to do. Now I'll play a few notes so you can just hear the sound of it. Also in the box, there's a few things. There's a nice cleaning rag here to keep it clean. This is kind of a cool thing if you want to look professional. It comes with some white gloves. These are really hard to keep clean. They're not the highest quality gloves. They sort of split a little bit at the bottoms, but I mean, come on. The trumpet's already pretty cheap. And then it comes with a strap, so you can, if you are strapping it onto yourself, you can just use this. And all of these fit into this little front pocket here. Now the tuner that came with this, I think my brother grabbed it with his guitar. I think he uses it for that. But it worked, it did its job just fine. You just have to take my word for it. So for as much as this trumpet costs, about $60 or $70, I would highly recommend it, especially as a starter trumpet. If you're not sure how far you're gonna go into it, I would recommend buying this, and if it's really something you wanna pursue, you can go with a better trumpet if you really need one. The best option would be, if you have a friend that has a trumpet, they don't use it anymore, you can just borrow it from them, and if it's something that you really like doing, then you can decide if you wanna buy a trumpet for yourself. But it's best if you can just borrow it from someone you know.